Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and it's time for episode number 12 of the Pokemon Moon playthrough, as we're just about at midnight here in the Alola region. It is 11:56 p.m. their time, 11:56 a.m. my time, but we're here for another episode, and we're going to start with a team recap in just a moment. But first of all, if you missed the last episode, feel free to check that out because I will be talking some spoilers. You might be noticing something from the layout if you have been watching the past couple episodes. But in 3, 2, 1, and we did lose some Pokemon temporarily. As I say, I'm doing Nuzlocke-ish style stuff for this, so if a Pokemon faints, we're considering them injured, not dead. So we're putting them in the injury box, and that leaves us with just 2 Pokemon on the active team. So before I get into the team recap, I'm going to say, you're going to see I'm adding a blackout counter to this layout, because blacking out is going to be a real thing until I start adding more regular team members onto my collection here in the Alola region. So I'm going to keep account of the injuries that I've suffered, but also the number of times I've blacked out. And this isn't supposed to be like a serious Nuzlocke playthrough. I'm playing for fun, but I'm also playing with the added challenge of an injured Pokemon getting put in the PC until I can revive everybody from the injured box when I complete a trial. But I want to see, basically, what kind of record am I going to end up with as far as injuries and blackouts go. And then, if and when Gen 8 does eventually come around in a few years' time, I can see if I can break that record with that new game when it comes out. But anyway, let's now see who is remaining on the team, as you can see from the layout below. We have our lowest level Pokemon is Prowl the Rockruff. She is she's at level 14. She is a quiet Pokemon, which is upping special attack, dropping her speed. She has Keen Eye, so she won't be losing her accuracy anytime soon. Unless you get hit by Gastro Acid or something like that. But she has Bite, Leer, Sand Attack, and Howl. And the last active member on the team is our starter, Sonata the Brione, given to us by Kahuna Hala back on Melee Island. He is a careful Pokemon, which increases special defense, drops special attack. He's holding the Normalium Z to get that awesome echoed voice powered up into Breakneck Blitz, but also go for Z Encore if necessary. He has Aqua Jet, echoed voice, Baby Doll Eyes, and of course Encore. And the ability is Torrent. So that's all I have to work with. Now then, we have finished off in the last episode. We went back and battled Captain Alima back on Melee Island, and that's where we lost our first Pokemon. Good old Pursuit. Gotta love it. And then we came up here towards the hotel area, and we found some characters from Pokemon X and Y. It was Dexio and Sina, the assistants to Professor Sycamore. I was going to say Professor Kalos. Professor Sycamore back there, and Sina decided, you know what? A critical hit is the way to go here. So they knocked out Tinkerbell, the Cutiefly. I couldn't remember the name for a second. But that being the case, I'm down to 2 Pokemon left, and I am starting to get the idea in my head. I might want to do grinding at some point, but I kind of don't want to do that. I want to see everything on camera and recorded on screen for you guys to check it out. But we'll see how things play out. If it turns out that I'm way too underleveled for the next area, I might do some grinding before the next episode. The sun and day, the moon and night, I love each one in turn. Sunlight at noon and streetlight at night, they kiss my skin and I yearn. I thought this would be like Kalos where they want a tip. They say the traditional dances of Alola are meant to be an expression of thanks. Maybe the poses you use for Z-powers are the same and are meant to express something. Meant to express my thirst for vengeance against my rivals who have knocked out my Pokemon, sure. There is one more hotel on Akala Island, sir. I leave it up to your exquisite taste to judge which of the 2 offers the most delight. Me, I prefer the Tide Song Hotel. This is where we're at right here. I interviewed for a job at the other place and I got rejected. That is understandable. So Lily, I believe, is in here somewhere. I don't see her, do you? Let's go find out. There's a sparkly back there. You see that? Z-Crystal, perhaps? Alright, time to visit the ranch next. I just gotta cut through Paniola Town. Core! Of course you do. I can't walk this way? Come on. Alright then. Oh, you! Are you trying to lower my attack like some Pokemon using Charm? You're not talking to me, are you? You looked at me when you said that. I'd love to have such a lovely lady teach me all kinds of things about the Alola region, so that's who you're talking to. Alright. This guy's got some ideas. The ocean breeze dances over Hey on the day I spend with you. The blue roofs stretch on unbreaking and as endless as the sea itself. The Luminion dance, and we're gonna see Luminion. Upon the waves, our cheeks flame like the setting sun. Come here to hear the song of sea. Come here to hear the song of life. I wait to welcome you anytime. Come to the Tide Song Hotel. I'll take this, thank you. Wait a minute. Okay, so I forgot to mention, last episode, Dexio and Sina did give us the Zygarde Cube, so we gotta find these sparkly green patches, and that's gonna be a Zygarde Cell or a Zygarde Core. So the strange creature was sucked into the Zygarde Cube. Sina wants to talk to you. I just received a signal from your Zygarde cube. The creature that just got sucked into the cube is what we call a Zygarde cell. The Zygarde cube I gave you is like a nest for cells and cores. Your mission is to collect all the cells and cores. We'll get in touch. Bon chance. Alright, so we found our first... Hang on, let me check the item. I want to see if we can actually read what it says. The Zygarde cube... Let's check it. You collected 1 of 100 Zygarde cores and Zygarde cells. There's 1 in there now. How do I can use it on someone? Weird. You know what? I just want to get all these blinking new things off of here. And we have new Safeguard, Reflect, Light Screen, Protect. Yeah, so other than Protect, nobody can learn the other TMs that I bought here. So, oh, well, whatever. And what else is the new item here? Sharp Beak. Alright, no more blinking new items. That's good. Things are back to where they should be. Let's continue speaking with people here. Good day and welcome to the Tide Song Hotel. Good enough. Nice, friendly green. There's Lily right over there. But look at the Starmie just sitting here. That is cool. Now, what do they sound like in the anime? Like, I think something like that, because Starmie doesn't say, or Staryu doesn't say Staryu, it says, Hya! Which is, I guess, ninja-esque. It's like maybe a ninja star, but anyway. You can fit absolutely anything inside of a trainer's bag, huh? If it was me, I'd sure like to tuck myself in a bag and tag along on someone's adventure. Like Yoda, Now that's something you don't see every day. Isn't that a Rotom Dex? It shows you lots of details about a Pokemon's distribution if you zoom in on the map, right? Yeah, because like I said in previous episode... Wait, okay, sidetrack. That's a Chinchou like back there on the wall, isn't that? That's pretty cool. But each individual route might have different Pokemon appearing in different patches of grass. So on the first area, on Route 1, I think it was, Wingull would appear down towards the sea, but they wouldn't appear up towards the mountain, which I think is really neat. As I said, though, it kind of interferes with Nuzlocke-style playthroughs if you're doing the first encounter on each route, but since I'm not doing that, I really like the idea that Pokemon are specific to certain parts of a route. Oh, Chaz, I'm sorry. I saw some people who looked like those Team Skull thugs and I got scared. I was trying to avoid them, and I think I ended up missing my meeting. Oh, but don't worry, it's fine. It's actually where I wanted to be. Will you be going for another one of your trials, Chaz? From what I've read, I think that the nearest trial site must be the one up Route 4. So I believe that is going to be the way we're going to have to go. Is there anything else we can check out here? It's the waiting list for tables at the restaurant. Let's see, most of the people have been on the list for waiting for up to 10 years. So, back around the time when Ruby Sapphire... Nope. I'm going to say probably Diamond and Pearl came out. People were already making reservations here in the Alola region. And we didn't even know Alola existed back then. That's how long these people have been waiting for. Can't check those flowers, can't check these flowers. Alright, so that's all for the hotel, I believe. It's now time to venture out onto Route number 4, see if we can encounter any new Pokemon that I want to add to the team. So this is where the downside of not doing the actual Nuzlocke-style playthrough is, because I could capture the first thing on every route, but I only want to add certain ones to my team. I basically have an idea in mind for who I want to use as my main team members. We'll see if we can find any one of them out here on Route number 4. So I'm going to go for a couple random encounters. Route 4, the path that leads to Paniola Town. So I don't want to get attacked just yet. Let's see, I'm going to go for like maybe 5 encounters. So I did ask on a previous episode if there are any... Oh, it's a Mudbray! That's a ground type. I'm sending in a rock type. We're switching. But I did ask in a previous episode if anyone knows of any Pokemon, Alola form Pokemon, that are fighting type. Because I definitely want to include a fighting type on the team. And I've heard from a couple of sources, one being my nephew, and our faithful viewer Robert did point out that apparently there are no Alola form fighting types. Which I'm going to say is kind of unfortunate. I would have actually liked to see if every type of Pokemon could have been represented as Alola forms, but unfortunately they're not. So what I'm going to do is, of course, I want to add a fighting type, and Robert had said there are plenty of fighting types I could choose from the Alola region, like the new Alola Pokédex, but I kind of want to mix things up a little bit. I'm thinking, I know 4 Pokemon on the main team that are going to be new Alola form, or not Alola forms, new Pokemon in the Alola Pokédex. Hi, Lillipup! And I want to include, of course, I've said many times, Alola and Sandshrew, so that's a spoiler for later on. But I also like the idea of including a Come on. I'm about to howl my attack setup, you lower it with baby doll eyes? Alright then. But I like the idea of including a previous Pokemon from a past generation as part of the main team as well. So not all new Pokemon, but, you know what I could actually do? I could give Prowl the Normalium Z. Oh, and there's the call for help. Okay, so I'm not going to get upset about this, because it failed. It did fail, alright. I'm going to take those in stride. If they do call for help and I can't get the knockout with Prowl, I can then, of course... Oh, they have Helping Hand, too! That would have been pretty devastating. Okay, then. Watch out for that. But I'll include 4 new species. I'm going to include, of course, Alolan Sandshrew, and I guess I'll go for a previous generation fighting-type Pokemon as well. So I think that's going to be the team, but as for which Pokemon in particular, I'm going to leave that as a surprise for everybody out there. But... like I said, I would have actually preferred if they had given every Pokemon type a new representation in Alola forms, because we've seen Ice and Steel getting new forms, Fairy, Dark has been added. Dark's been added to a lot of Pokemon, actually. At least off the top of my head, I can think of Grimer, Muck, Meowth, Persian, Rattata, and Raticate. So that is a lot of Pokemon to be given Dark type to. Plus there is also Ghost added to Marowak, well, Fire and Ghost for the Alolan Marowak. So, wouldn't it be cool if they had done something different where maybe Alolan Grimer was like a poison fighting type instead? Because it would have been kind of interesting, but apparently that is not going to be the case. So as I go for another couple of random encounters, I'm just going to turn my volume down because it's actually kind of loud in my ear. I had asked previously, oh, there's that stamina, so when you hit it with a physical attack, it increases the defense. That's why I didn't want to keep Prowl in on this thing. Oh, that was critical too. So you lowered my speed. You know what? Doesn't matter. Aqua Jet is priority. But I had asked in a previous... oh, come on. I'm probably going to go back and heal momentarily. But I had asked in a previous episode... would you let me speak, Mudbray? Another Mudbray. Alright. Whatever. Let's go for the knockout on this first one. However, if I can get to my point, please, folks. I had asked in a previous episode, feel free to throw me some topic discussion ideas that I could talk about during the battles, where it's just basically grinding and such. And can we get a level for Prowl? We'll get a level for Sonata. Come on, learn Surf. Learn a wide-range water move. That's a single target, but I like that. It's got more power. Let me just check it. So 65 power. It might lower the speed. And Aqua Jet. Since we're not really going to be physically offensive, I'm probably going to replace Aqua Jet. I kind of don't like losing speed priority. So, okay, in that case, I'm not really using Baby Doll Eyes. Now, I might regret this. I'm going to forget the Baby Doll Eyes. Let's do that. We're going to get Bubble Beam. So, I wonder. Now, I'm probably going to... oh, Prowl did hit level 15. I'm probably going to knock out the Mudbray. Rock Attack, yes! Yes, we're definitely learning Rock Throw. What can we replace? Leer, Sand Attack, Howl. I suppose we don't really need Leer. We've got Howl to increase our attack stat. Yeah, so I can replace Leer because the idea would be Leer would lower the defense of the opposing Pokemon, but if I had to switch to Sonata, he's only going to have special attack, so Leer's not going to help. Howl is a better thing to keep. Let's forget the Leer and learn the Rock Throw. So, what was I talking about? Yes, the... something I left as a question to you folks out there as a topic of discussion. What I would like to do is talk about type matchups. A viewer named Devin had said that they would like to hear what my personal take on obscure type matchups and stuff. Now, I'm not exactly sure what I could talk about as far as obscure... Why is there a second Mudbray still on the screen? Weird. Must just stay there because it was actually in the battle, I guess. Anyway, let's try with the new Bubble Beam, see what it looks like. We missed the first one. I might have to run. Or not. Alright, Bubble Beam. That looks pretty cool. I'll take it. Let's go and heal, of course. Now, do we have to care for the Pokemon? Yeah, I thought we might have to after all that. Way to go, Sonata. We're gonna get all that mud out of your eyes, I'm sure. But we were talking about ideas for topics of discussion, and type matchups is something that came up in the comments. And I suppose what I could talk most about is how type matchups have changed over the years, because in Generation 1, well, even as far back as, Generation 6 had a number of interesting changes to type matchups. But that wasn't the first time type matchups have occurred, or type matchup changes have occurred. Just gonna give Sonata a little bit of a pat on the ears here, too. Because originally, back in Red and Blue, the first generation of Pokemon, it was, Psychic was way overpowered. I'm sure you folks have probably heard that, if not experienced it yourself out there. Psychic was, most of the Psychic Pokemon were very fast, and they had only 2 weaknesses, technically. I believe... I never experienced it personally myself, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that it was Psychic was supposed to be weak to both Bug and Ghost, and however, due to some programming error, Ghost actually had no effect on Psychic types. I'm pretty sure they fixed that in Pokemon Stadium, because I do recall using Psychic or Ghost attacks on Psychic Pokemon and it would affect them. But, yeah, the only surefire way to hit a Psychic type, other than just like a strong physical type attack, would have been, for example... I think Nightshade was still effective, but all the Ghost types in Generation 1 were also Poison type. So, the fact is, you're weak to Psychic, so if you're fighting an Alakazam, okay, you might be able to get a Ghost type attack off on them, but you're going to take a pretty powerful Psychic in return, or maybe even before you get to attack, because Alakazam was fast. Still is fast. And the only other thing I could say would be perhaps, hey, Picky Peck, let's say, Bug type attacks. Those are super effective on Psychic as well, and they still are. But the problem there is, the only real decent Bug-type attacks were, well, Pin Missile, which wasn't really amazingly good. I believe it's 15 base power, and it's a 2 to 5 hit attack. And only 2 Pokemon could learn that, from what I recall. Beedrill and Jolteon. So Jolteon wouldn't have been a bad choice. What do you need? You gotta get some dust brushed off you as well. Plus, we'll give you a couple of Pokebeans there. Prowl. And the only other really good Bug-type attack, I'd say, would have been... Twin Needle, and again, the only Pokemon that could learn Twin Needle back then, maybe even still today, was Beedrill. So, the problem with Beedrill is, of course, it is a Poison type, just like all the Ghost types in the generation, and I don't think Beedrill would outspeed Alakazam. Maybe it could, with the right nature, or actually, there were no natures back then, but Beedrill's Twin Needle would be a pretty decent way to go, if you could actually get the attack off. But Beedrill has pretty bad Special back then. Back in Generation 1, Special was just one stat. It wasn't defense and attack. So, Beedrill's Special stat was pretty bad. Chances are you're not going to survive a Psychic from... Well, a good example of this, go back and check out our playthrough of Pokemon Silver as we go into the Kanto region. You know, I'm going to do a little bit of grinding here because I want to get Prowl sort of up to speed. And I can get some good training off on these Picky Pecks. More care? Really? You just threw one rock. What's happening? But anyway, yeah, we went against Sabrina. How'd you get more dust on you? Is that just from throwing the rocks, maybe? And I just fed you, so I don't need to feed you again. That's good. So anyway, yeah, I send my Beedrill up against Sabrina's Alakazam. No, it was sleeping. We got off a pretty decent attack from what I recall, but the Alakazam woke up on the first possible turn and knocked out Beedrill. So that's a good example of how Alakazam was, or just, you know, Psychic types in general, were pretty tough to deal with back in Generation 1. And what else can I mention? Well, I guess what's really interesting is the way they introduced a way to counter Psychic types as soon as Gen 2 came along. I'm going to try to flinch it with a bite. Because, oh, there's the baby doll eyes. Because when they introduced 2 new types in Generation 2, Dark and Steel, Steel resisted Psychic, and Dark was actually immune to Psychic. I'm going to try to bite again. And so yeah, Dark was immune to Psychic, plus it was super effective against Psychic types. But I think Game Freak must have realized how underpowered some Pokemon were back in the first generation, because they went ahead and took Bug types and Fighting types, which were kind of, you know, low-tier types, and they made both of them super effective against Dark. So the counter to Psychic now had their own counters in previously underused Pokemon in the Bug type and Fighting type. And I really like the way they did that. They're trying to keep, like, even back then, as early as Gen 2, they started wanting to balance things out. I've heard many things have changed in Generation 7 here, as far as some attacks go, kind of overused attacks in the world of Wi-Fi. I don't want to spoil anything just yet. Oh, you got a lot of dust on you now. How many rocks did we throw? Now, we gotta brush you every time you use Rock Throw? I mean, I don't mind doing it, but hope you viewers out there don't mind this. I want to keep Prowl nice and pristine for her battles. And okay, what I'm gonna do actually, if she does that again, I'm not gonna do the care. I'm gonna check, see if she has dust. I'm gonna leave and see if that affects her in the following battle. Because otherwise, I don't know why you would need to care for them if it goes away. Because I think from what I saw before, it went away. So we saw some wild level 14 Pokemon. I don't think I'll train to be 5 levels above everything here, but I'm going to try to get Prowl at least up to level, let's say 17 maybe. Definitely want to hit 16. So I didn't see care that time. Maybe it's not every time you throw a rock. Anyway, so back to talking about types. So Psychic type was then sort of balanced a little bit in the inclusion of Dark and Steel, and of course, Dark had its weaknesses. Steel was always a type that was way overpowered as far as defensively goes, because, as you're aware, it resisted almost everything. I think the only non-resistances it had were Water, Electric was neutral against it, Ground, Fire, and Fighting were all super effective against it, but I think it resisted everything else, including its own Steel typing. Nothing else is coming to mind that it would have been neutral against. So, as soon as Gen 6 came along, they decided, you know what, that's a little bit too much power for Steel to continue to have. Things like Metagross were, like, pretty unstoppable. I shouldn't say unstoppable, but they had some decent power to them. I'm going to switch into our Water type, of course. I don't want to take a nice, powerful Bulldoze if I can help it. So, they took away the resistance that Steel had to Dark and Ghost, so that way things like the Steel type meta, or Steel and Psychic type Metagross was now weak against the Dark and Ghost type attacks. So at least they had a few more weaknesses. Fire, Ground, Dark, and Ghost, as far as Gen 6 goes. Land the Bubble Beam! Yes, this should be a knockout. I love it! Bubble Beam's always been one of my favorite moves from back in Generation 1, because I taught it to my Squirtle Shellbird, and it was sort of his signature move for quite a while. And it's always had a nostalgic appeal to me. So once we get to level, should I go 16? I might want to go to 17, then take on this trainer. And a Mudbray again. Now, let's probably just go to level 16. We get better training off of trainers than we do wild Pokemon anyway. So, Sonata, once again, come in, do your Bubble Beam thing, and then we'll move on and take on that first trainer, just tossing that Pokeball, just raring to go for a battle. And I wonder how far we can get along Route 4. Mudsport, not a problem whatsoever. Now, that's something that's kind of curious, too. Talking about, I guess, type matchups and stuff. Ground types like Mudbray are immune to electricity. Why exactly would they learn Mudsport? Now, I would assume in a double battle it means Mudsport means all the Pokemon's electric moves are weakened. But in a single battle, it doesn't really make much sense, does it? Anyhow, before we take on this trainer, I'm going to wander this way, see if there's any item. Oh, there is an item. We could also just avoid him if we want to. Got ourselves a Great Ball. Not too bad. Don't know if I'll be using it, of course. I've said many times I like to just use regular Pokeballs, but something is making me think I should hang on to all the other Pokeballs I get in this generation. We'll see what happens. I like the traditional look of Pokeballs. I guess that's an interesting question for everybody out there. Do you have a preferred type of Pokeball you like to use, or do you use like whatever the best capture thing is at the time? For example, I could be using like a Dusk Ball at night and get better capture rate. Me, I guess I'm really nostalgic, really traditional in the sense that I like just the red and white Pokeball. Because as far as I can recall, do you ever even see a different Pokeball in the anime other than Kurt's Pokeballs? I don't recall. I don't remember seeing a Great Ball or an Ultra Ball in the anime. Even among the same species of Pokemon, individuals will have different strengths. They may not seem too different at first, but as they grow, so too will their differences. Alright, let's finally talk to this guy over here. This is a... what would he be? I'm going to say his trainer class is Bellhop, maybe? Just try to take a guess. You don't have to ring the bell. If our eyes meet, I'll come. Let's do this. What do you got? So we are level 16 with Prowl. It is a Bellhop, Jody. Alright. I wasn't sure if that was the right term or not. I was thinking I might have been confusing it with somebody that works in a restaurant, but that's probably, I think, Bus Boy, not Bellhop. So we see a Flying type. Excellent. Also a Ghost type, so I could either Bite or Rock Throw. But let's go for the stab attack of Rock Throw. Now, were you watching the previous episodes when I read the Pokedex entry for Drifloon? It's kind of messed up. From what I recall, it says something like, if its body happens to be punctured, then, yes, we're going to puncture it right now, but its spirit explodes out or something with a hideous scream. That's a messed up Pokedex description. Having to hand over my pocket money rather than getting a tip. I should probably still tip you. Take 10% back, would you? 15%. 10%'s terrible. Recently, there have been cases of Pokemon staying by themselves. In the hotel? What? That's interesting. This is probably a hop-down ledge, I'm thinking. Or just a hidden item. A tiny mushroom. Little bitty mushroom. So I wonder what else we'll find on this route. This is kind of the fun of playing a whole new game and not looking ahead. Oh, I see a Zygarde. The strange creature sucked into the Zygarde cube. Alright, we got 2 of 100. You know, these winding routes sometimes have secret little spots that are easy to overlook. I think she's trying to let us know that, can we walk into that spot? Is this a hop? It's a hop down ledge. We can go ahead and get that item. But what is over here? This would have been easy to overlook if I didn't risk going through the grass and getting another wild encounter in the form of a Mudbray. Nope, Lillipup. So, as long as it doesn't baby doll eyes me, I might be able to get a flinch off the bite. I wonder if I should go back and heal at some point too, because we're getting a little bit, not too low in the PP. Stop with the baby doll eyes. Let me get my full damage off, or at least let me land a critical. When's the last time I got a critical hit? Not today. Let's keep going for the bites possible. Flinching. Helping hand. Excellent. Waste your turn. You're going to call for help now. Alright, excellent. I'm always just reluctant to say anything. I don't want to jinx anything. Like, you're not going to get help and then it shows up. I'm just like, let it happen if it's going to happen. So, oh, there's the flinch. Now, I believe they're going to baby doll eyes. Let's throw a rock. Nope. Okay, anyway, this is more powerful anyhow because we get the stab boost for that. Down goes Lillipup. We're going to get close to level 17. We still got quite a little ways to go in the episode, too. Let's sneak behind him. Let's grab this first of all. Revive. That's money. I'm not going to be using those, of course. But, what is that over there? Oh, that's just the outside of the hotel, okay. I love how you can see the map the entire time here, too. I am a collector. I'm merely a collector, which is to say that I collect Pokemon. Lawrence III, everybody. Give him a hand. I can't. My hands are full with the 3DS. This is Collector Brian. He's got Premier Balls. What do you got in them special fancy Premier Balls, sir? A Munchlax. So, if anything, you should probably just have normal type attacks. I think Prowl might be okay to stay in. See if we can flinch you out. But what's your level? 13. Pfft, no problem. Let's go for the bites. Yeah, rock throws are kind of halfway down, so I should check the map, see how much further I have to go. Don't paralyze. Ew! Now, I saw that lick attack in my battle against my friend Evan over the weekend, and you see the size of that tongue? That's messed up. Alright. Amnesia, so your special defense is going up. Should I paralyze heal? Probably is the smarter thing to do. I was going to say no, because they'll just lick me again and paralyze me once more. But, okay, that's the HP restoring. This is the status. So, holding the button, or holding the stylus on the thing is a lot harder to do, apparently. So I'm just going to click the control pad buttons to activate items. Anyhow, you're not going to paralyze me again, because that's not fair. I'm going to title this episode, That's Not Fair. What is it? 1 in 3 chance of paralysis. Thank you for playing by the rules. Alright, let's bite. Now, you got 2 paralyzes. I deserve a flinch. I deserve another flinch because you got 2 paralyzes. Come on, flinch it out, and then we'll rock throw it. Gobble! Well, amnesia's not a problem. We're increasing special defense, but we got nothing but the physical type attacks for you, little Munchlax. Too bad you're not the special giveaway Munchlax, which, as a reminder to folks out there, if you haven't got it yet, go to your mystery gift on the main screen and you can get yourself a special Munchlax that has Hold Back and Happy Hour, 2 specific moves they normally can't get. Plus, hey, Bagon! What would you have against us? I'm going to be safe and potion up. I think just a regular potion should be enough for the time being, but I'm out of those regular potions. Oh, wait, they're, okay, top of the screen. Let's heal up. So, if you haven't gotten your Munchlax yet, you can get those special moves. Hold Back is like False Swipe. It'll never knock a Pokemon out. It'll always leave them with at least 1 HP. We're going to get paralyzed again. No, we're not. No, we're not. All right, bite. And Happy Hour is a move that if you use it in battle against a trainer, no damage is caused. There is a critical, but you do get double the prize money after winning the fight. That's going to be a switch. That's too much damage coming our way. Let's go to our more specially defensive Sonata. So we don't have the Disarming Voice anymore, because we have super effective damage on this thing. But I'm going to say probably Echoed Voice might be good for a KO. Wait, I didn't read that, but Sonata now has enough affection in Pokemon Refresh that he can start dodging moves, it looks like. Excellent. That's going to make things not reliably better, but better for the Nuzlocke-style rules where if they faint, they're gone. And let's care for somebody, because they're going to need it as we defeat Brian. Gimme, gimme! Settle down, sir. No gimme, gimme for you. Who needs it? Oh, no. Get that thermometer. Come on, Prowl, we got you. We got you covered. Don't even need to use an item on you. We just use the thermometer. Heal! Heal! Heal pop! There you go. And you deserve a lot of little snacks for that. A lot of little snacks. There we go. Good job. You did your best, but that paralysis was just a little bit too annoying. But now, Prowl is one step above, or one step higher in the affection. A nice little scratch on the rough, rocky neck. I know it hurts my hand, but I'll endure. I'll suffer through it. And another Pokemon. Good to go. So let us continue our adventure. Let's move a little bit further up. Actually, let me check the map, see if there's a Pokemon Center nearby. Collectors are happy beings. Even if there are no Pokemon we want, just our imagination can make us smile. So let's check the map. And the flag is right up here. So, well, there is a Pokemon Center in the town. We're not that far from it. But what if there's a big event? I'm going to go a little bit further on this route. And then I will go back and heal, and then continue into the town, because I don't want to go in underpowered, under PP'd, and get destroyed. So there's a trainer here. I can walk back up, so I'm going to go down here and get this item. Find myself Adrenaline Orb. I've heard of this, but I forget what it does. I'm going to read it right here. Adrenaline Orb. Using it makes wild Pokemon more likely to call for help. If held by a Pokemon, it boosts speed when intimidated. It can be used only once. Okay. More likely to call for help. I can't toss it away? No, I want to keep it. As people have said, the calling for help is... Actually, I need to heal Prowl. But the calling for help is something that, sure, it's annoying in a standard playthrough, but as far as EV training and getting special hidden abilities, maybe some rare attacks on Pokemon, it is kind of a necessary evil. So, I'm okay with it now for the time being. I'm actually doing pretty good in this episode without the things calling for help. When looking at your Pokemon summary page, you can change the arrangements of its moves by touching a move, dragging it across the lower screen, and dropping it in a new spot. You can also press the Y button to check the EV spread at the moment. I rely on apps for traveling recommendations. I've never done that. I have a smartphone. I could actually do that, but I guess because I don't travel a lot. Sightseer Scotty. Beam me up. So, I suppose if I ever start, maybe if I turn YouTube into... Wait a minute, that's not a Dark-type Rattata. So, we're seeing somebody from another region with one of their own Rattata. I want to check the Pokedex after this to see if I can see this other form. First time seeing a standard Rattata in the Alola region, and I like that. This is our traditional Rattata that we all know and love right here. One more bite for the knockout. And what was I thinking? Yeah, so like next year, if I can start doing some more traveling and maybe going to more conventions and such, I might have to start making use of some travel apps. Who knows? I like the idea of, first of all, having the camera capacity to do so, but recording a recap video of the places that I go, if I ever get to go to some conventions in the future. So, attack is a powerful 31. Nice. I guess I still haven't mastered the recommended Rattata. Oh, poor guy. We should talk to youngster Joey, if he's in this region. Who knows, he could be anywhere we least suspect it. It's a mystery as to whose recommendation it is, but Paniola Ranch is apparently really nice. So, we are basically here. I don't want to return all the way back down to the heel, but let's check the Pokedex for Rattata. I want to see if we can see both of the forms of it. Okay, Rattata. How do we... We can't really see the appearance yet. No, I don't know. I'm not sure how you would see the different forms. Maybe you actually have to have them captured in your Pokedex. So anyway, alright. Fair enough. We'll leave it out here for now. But let's just stroll right on into the Paniola Ranch. Hello, Birch. Oh, you're not Birch. You're a cook. It looks like he's going to strike me with that ladle. Did I really skip past him? That's cool. Oh, we got some more berries. Alright, let's grab the... Oh. Got another Crab Brawler, too, apparently. I wonder if it's just Crab Brawler that come out of here. Apparently, possibly so. So, Fighting type, Crab Brawler. Rock type, Rockruff. Level difference is... Well, hang on. Might be kind of dangerous. We're going to try Rock Throw. Wait a minute, it resists Rock Throw. I didn't go for Bite. And you're gonna Rock Smash my Rockruff! Okay, then. We're gonna switch. Woo! I really shouldn't have risked that. I completely forgot fighting also resists rock, which is the whole reason I want to add a fighting type to my collection, because I was looking at all my type weaknesses and my overall collection from the previous generations, and as it turns out, considering weakness and resistances, I have 10 overall weaknesses to rock, as opposed to, like, you know, some resistances as well. So let's say I have 20 weaknesses to rock, I've only got 10 resistances, so overall it's like a 10 deficit as far as rock weaknesses go. So I definitely want to add fighting to resist rock attacks. Out of my way, you rock smashing you rough rock smashing, crab brawling rock, whatever. Give me those berries. We find ourselves in Aguave berries. That's one of the, what does that do? Mago berry. I think these are just the Pokeblock berries. Or no, these are the ones that cause confusion, I think, if they don't like the flavor. I'm going to check them out. See if I know what I'm talking about. Agua Berry. Yep, it can restore HP, but might be confused. And, okay, Mago Berry as well. I wonder if they always did that. Because I know there's some berries that just simply say that they, cause... Or they, you know, just for Pokeblocks. We've got an item down here. We find an energy root, which is something that powers up draining attacks, such as, well, if we still had Tinkerbell, it could power up the Draining Kiss. But hopefully we'll be able to complete a trial very soon and bring back some injured Pokemon. So we have not just these two that we're working on right now. Although it's going to take a bit of training to get them trained back up to match up the team. That might be the time... We're down to one Pokemon, everybody. First of all, we were 3 levels above you, Picky Peck. What in the world makes you think you're faster than us? Okay, that's the first thing. Second of all, why in the heck do you learn Rock Smash? Third of all, why was that the move you went for? We should have gone back to heal. Oh well, at least this keeps things interesting. You know what? I want some revenge on something, and this man is just asking for it just by standing here. Let's get into this fight. If I black out, I black out. I don't care at this point. Let's go. The first step to surpassing Captain Mallow is to strengthen my Pokemon. Yeah, I guess I can't fault you on that one. Why you got a Pokeball in your ladle, Ernie? Where's Bert? Oh, here's Bert. Oh, cutie fly. We'll have you back on our team soon enough. Sonata, take care of this for me, would you? Let's just fire off our nice, powerful Bubble Beam. Now, I am upset we just lost our Rockruff, but I will say, as weird as it sounds, I like the challenge of losing Pokemon and they're gone forever, at least till the next trial. I lost! Let me have another! Another what? No. I don't know what it is, but no, you can't have another. Just one for you. Get out. No soup for you. Mallow's food is special. It grips your heart. Does that mean it's got a lot of cholesterol in it? Doesn't sound very healthy. So here we are at Paniola Town, the ranch. Can't go into any of these buildings, though. Schnabel. I'm trying to think, why is it saying paw? And it's how. Hey, Chaz, I'm glad I ran into you, so we can see who's stronger now. My Gramps must have thought I did good enough in my grand trial, because he gave me a Z-Ring, too. Having a battle in a place like Paniola Town feels like we're in a real old-fashioned Western Showdown or something, right? This is so cool! Yeah, it's cool. I got one Pokemon, How? Though if we're real honorable cowboys, we gotta make sure our teams are healthy first. Thank you. Alright, so we do technically have Prowl still on the team, but we're not gonna use her. Oh, no. Oh, no. Alright, Pikachu and team. Let's show this newbie what Alola's got. You don't have to. Got yourself a Pikachu. Not that interested in this. Could be Blackout number 2 happening here, everybody. And Pikachu. Alright, what is your level, though? Sonata is pretty decently leveled. Let us Bubble Beam you. Quick attack. We can easily take you down with the Aqua Jet next turn, because if this Bubble Beam doesn't do the trick, I'm going to say Aqua Jet will. go with. And we know that he started with Litten, so are we going to see Torracat? We are going to see Torracat. Starter versus starter. Bubble Beam. Fire Fang. Alright, I'm glad you only have 2 Pokemon at least, though. That could have been a lot more devastating than I wanted it to be at this point in the game. And as I said, I suspected there was going to be some battle as soon as I walked into town, and here it is, but fortunately nothing for me to have to worry about. Nice! How'd you come up with that kind of battle plan? I just clicked Bubble Beam twice. You gotta tell me! I just did. Out of my way, Hal. I gotta go put someone in the PC. Man, that was some kind of battle. Our Pokemon all looked like they had a blast, too. Right then. Here, Chaz, I'll share a bit of my good luck with you. Dire hit ups the critical hit ratio in one battle. You know how the Totem Pokemon are all like surrounded by some sort of aura power? If you use a dire hit on your Pokemon and manage to land a critical hit, that aura won't mean a thing. Of course, the critical hits ignore all defensive boosts of the target. You know, Pokemon battles are just like sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's actually the really good spirit to have, and that's what competitive play kind of loses. Competitive is all about winning. Have fun either way, you know? Sure, you don't win the big prize money and stuff, but as long as you have fun, doesn't that make you the true winner and the richest person in life? No. But if you have fun, that's still important. But you're only really a loser if you don't have any fun while you're at it, right? I didn't even see he was saying that. That was just me talking off the top of my head. Anyway, I'm heading off to Paniola Ranch. Goodbye, Hal. May I never see you again until at least the next episode.
Now this is a mighty fine place. I reckon I could get to like it here, partner.
Calm down, Rotom. You're not in the Wild West. Murtank. They say that back in the days when there was nothing here, not even this town, the people and the Tauros used to roam in hordes. I say herds. Can we go in any buildings here? No, well, there is the Pokemon Center. Oh, Tauros guy right over here. Tauros kicks up all kinds of hidden items that were buried in the ground. It's like he's passing them along to me. Interesting. Does that mean we can find something? Come on, hidden items, hidden items, hidden items. No. Alright then. Paniola Town, the town we developed with our Pokemon. If you clear Kiawe's trial, then you can ride on the back of a real Charizard! Sweet! I would love to do that. You can actually fly through the sky! I can go in there. I'm gonna probably wait and check out the rest of the town, like inside the buildings, once I have healed up. I'm gonna wait till next episode. Tauros doesn't even say any words, just reacts. Okay. Oh, look at that Brione of yours. It weighs less than 110 pounds, and it shouldn't take too much damage even if it's hit with a move like Grass Knot. It's great how you can check the weight of your Pokemon and info like that in your Pokedex. Definitely it is good. But how often do you see people use Grass Knot? Actually, I should say that I used that on my Pikachu a lot back in Gen 6, so we'll see it coming back in Gen 7, I'm sure. The next way is up here, so I'm going to not leave town yet. I'm going to talk to these folks. Apparently, folks have been riding on Tauros in the Alola region since way long back. I guess you can understand how ride Pokemon became such a part of everyday life here. Paniola Ranch lies up this way. It's pretty far through there to Brooklet Hill. So that is going to be the next area, but the flag is right outside town. So let's check out the Pokemon Center. First of all, let's store somebody away. I wonder if I'll ever be able to keep Pokemon for longer than a couple episodes. But away goes Prowl for the time being. We're back again down to one Pokemon on the active team. And this is why I said the blackout counter is going to be a thing, because there's a very real possibility that number is going to increase as we play. The folks at Paniola Ranch made all these big ramps in the fields to help around the ranch to help their Pokemon build up strong hips and legs. You know how sometimes you seem to be alone, but you feel like someone's watching you? Sell. Yeah? Do you think that's the Guardian watching? Oh, probably. Okay, sorry. I had a whole other thought. Oh, we can get some Pokebeans here, too. Paniola is a small town, alright. We get by because we share our work with our Pokemon, and they deign to help us with it. Deign. I'm learning so many, well, I'm hearing of so many new words, I'm not really learning what they are. It is now 0:00. Here in our cafe space, we provide a moment of peace to our customers. Let's go for... I think we've had the other two. Let's go for some Komala coffee. We haven't seen a Komala yet. That is the koala Pokemon, I believe, that is always comatose, or whatever it is. So let's see what this flavor tastes like. I usually skip through this, but I didn't read it. One Komala coffee just for you. This will wake you up. By the way, are you going to Festival Plaza? You can connect with other trainers anytime. There's an exclamation symbol that lets you know when events are going on too. Oh, that's what that green exclamation symbol is. And we get a tea biscuit. We're going to get a Lumiose Gillette. I'll take that. That is a status heal item, I do believe. We're getting a lot of those, all basically like full heals. We got some Poke Beans. Pokemon love to eat them, yada yada yada. So what I'll do, like I said, off camera, I'll do a Pokemon refresh and make sure everyone's all ready to go. But let's sell some items we do not need. I believe we picked up some revives, maybe rare candy. Energy root, we'll keep that. We can sell the revive. Rare candies, we can sell both of those. I got enough money to go back and pick up some clothing at the other spot there too, but I'm not going to go all the way back just for that. Everything else I'm going to keep, I believe, is very necessary. In fact, I'm going to sort the items too off camera. Dire hit, we can keep that. Everything else here I think we're going to keep. And I think that's probably good. Alright, so can we buy anything to help us with our healing? Potions and super potions, I'm going to say. What do you offer? Yeah, we got 20. I'm going to grab another, well, I got 21 in the bag. I think we're probably good for items for the time being. But what does this other person over here sell? I want to check this out. You're selling different kind of Pokeballs. Alright, so we'll ignore those for the time being as well, because I'm not doing a lot of capturing as it is. I believe that is going to be a wrap for the episode. I don't think I healed, but let's make sure we do that. I'm going to step outside and save it up, because I said a couple times now, and I'll reiterate once more, I've heard there is some possible glitchiness happening if people save in a Pokemon Center. So just to be safe, I don't want to lose all this amazing progress I've made with all these knockouts. I'm going to step out, heal it up step out, save it up outside after healing it up inside. A little weird thing about me too, I noticed what I do. When I step out of a building, I always walk to the side before saving it, because although it's just a video game, in my head, I don't want to be blocking the door for other people. Weird, right? But anyway, it is just the politeness in me, I suppose. But that is going to wrap up today's episode. So if you enjoyed the episode, well, first of all, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to toss a like down below and let me know what you thought of the episode. And as I said many times, give me some encouragement for having lost another Pokemon. But if we can pull through one more trial, we can bring back everybody that's in the injured box and get the team back up and running. Probably what I want to do at that point is do a grinding montage. It's kind of weird that I'll be doing one in a new game, but I kind of like the idea. But anyway, I'm going to do that at some point. Probably get the rest of the team up to speed until we get the more long-lasting team members that I want to get on the team added to the collection. But feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you missed any episodes of Pokemon Moon so far, there's a link in the description to the entire playlist. Plus, I'll have some links at the end of the video. You can click on those for other videos that I've done. Plus, there's a link to subscribe. We're at 960 some for subscribers as of this recording. And once we hit 1,000, you can see the Pikachu EX Red and Blue collection back here. I'll be doing an unboxing of this collection on camera, handing out the code card in a question of the day giveaway when I open that up. But I also want to pick up another collection box and send it out in a physical mail out to a lucky viewer that answers the question of the day. I'm thinking I want to pick up one of the Alola collections for Pokemon TCG. It's got the oversized Pokemon GX of either Solgaleo or Lunala. It looks pretty awesome. Plus, Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio are represented in promo cards also. But with all that, we're going to round out today's episode. I want to say once again, thanks for checking out today's episode of Pokemon Moon. Come on back tomorrow for the next one. And hopefully, I'll be adding some more Pokemon to the team, or at least bringing back some by completing a trial. We'll have to see what happens. Professor Chaz is now signing off. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.